Welcome back to the channel and welcome back to another video. In this video, I want to ask you a question. I want to get your feedback. I would love to get where you're at, where your mental space is. And the question I want to ask you is this. Do you feel we're going to make it? Like, are we going to make it? Are we going to survive and are we going to thrive out of these crazy last couple of years? Right? The human experience is always kind of shifty. Let's be honest, right? It seems like we're always kind of on the brink of total annihilation and also always on the brink of like total nirvana, right? And total enlightenment and waking up completely. And, getting past self-harm and harming the environment and harming other people and harming other creatures and other animals and plants that we share the planet with. We're always on that brink, right, of either total annihilation or totally figuring it out, right, and living in harmony with nature and in harmony with the world. And believe me, I'm not speaking from a place of I got this shit figured out. What I am speaking to you from a place of is I want life to be better. I want life to be the best it can be. And I want to live in harmony with nature, right? I'm making a lot of changes in my personal life and around my own home that are more harmonious with nature, right? And I realize, like, the veil has been lifted. I've realized I've been living in unharmoniously with nature, specifically looking at the way I treat my land, right? The prior use of pesticides and herbicides, I'm not really down with that anymore, right? For the last couple of years, I've been moving away from that. Just the way I think about like home and even my city and the way I look at really other people, all of it, it's all shifting. And that's what I want to ask you. Is it shifting for you as well? I'd love to get your feedback in the comments down below. Are you feeling a shift within yourself? Are you feeling inspired to do different things or live life in a different way? Because I think it's important because there's no guarantees. Like there's no guarantee that we're going to make it through this mess that we're in, right? I feel, just to tell you a little bit about what I see the problem being, right? The problem, well, like I've been alluding to in this first part of this video, is the problem is we're living inharmoniously with nature and with one another. And I shouldn't say that. Some people are living that way. Not everyone. Some people get it, and some people want to improve their situation in life and their experience, and they know that has to begin by going within and seeking the answers within, and it has to not happen by listening to some person, a politician, a public health official, a billionaire, a CEO of a company tell you how to do it. Because at the very high end, I know that each of us is going to find our own way to do it. There'll be common principles, but I know it will start from looking within. That's been one of the things that have irritated me most for the last 2 years, is that other human beings, politicians and officials, have pulled our attention outward when you and I know, we know on an intuitive level, we have to put our attention inward. That's where the magic happens. It doesn't happen by being influenced out here. And I think a revolution is coming. I'll tell you, I don't want to spoil your answer, but I think a huge revolution is coming. And it's a revolution of awareness, and it's a revolution of understanding, and ultimately at the end of the day, it's a revolution of consciousness. It's a revolution of consciousness, right? Shout out to an acquaintance of mine. Her YouTube channel is called Revolution of Consciousness. You should go check it out. She's an interesting gal, right? But that's what I think is going to have to happen, is a revolution of consciousness. And when that happens, it's going to it's going to be better. We're going to be better. We're going to live in a better world. We're going to have better relationships. We're going to have better businesses. We're going to treat the earth better. But we've got to level up. We've got to allow that to happen. And I think God is always sending us the tools and the people and the resources and the wisdom and knowledge to make that happen, guiding us to read a book or talk to someone or interact in some way. I was just in in the thrift store today. I love thrift stores, the finds and the treasures there, and repurposing, right? And reusing things other than just throwing it in the landfill. And did I mention the treasures and the finds? Yes, I did. They're there. Bomb badass stuff, like super awesome. And I was talking to this gal there, and it's inspiring to see that people are thinking about we're all thinking about the same things. Remember, when life gets really shitty, and by shitty, I mean there's a war going on with our fellow human beings involved over in Russia, Ukraine. There's unfortunate things happening to our fellow human beings in Afghanistan, in Libya, in Yemen, in China. We just witnessed that. All around the world, there are pockets of suffering. And as human beings, we don't want that, right? However, there's been such a darkness and such an evil force suppressing that and keeping it hidden from a lot of us. But now in 2020 and 2021, and it's no happenstance that all this is coming on at the same time, with the pressure from government trying to keep us down more and also our consciousness raising it. This is no accident that it's happening this way. And a lot of things are coming to light. We're becoming aware. I'm becoming more aware of injustices or things in the world that I don't want to see in the world more and more these last 2 years, right? And it had to happen this way. And so I wonder, are you seeing these things too? What are your thoughts about the future of humanity? Do you think we're going to make it? Do you think we're going to come out of this better, or do you think we're going to come out of this worse? It's not guaranteed either way. The only way that's going to happen is if each of us, and this is my belief, if each of us step into our truest, most authentic version of ourselves, and not only just step into it, we got to speak, we got to create. We've got to be our authentic self, and we've got to do things that we're inspired to do, like me making this video, like me working on this YouTube channel, like me making some of the products that I've created at gmarkphillips.com/courses, right? I'm inspired to do that because I know those products, and I know this sharing of knowledge and information is helpful. I learned so much from watching YouTube channels. I learned so much from talking with people in person. I learned so much from reading books and taking courses myself. This free and open exchange of information is vital. And that's one of the reasons why I know in the last 2+ years, when the government wants to shut down the free and open exchange of information, I know they're out of alignment with divine truth. I know they're out of alignment with God. And that is just one mark in the column of something fishy's going down, and I don't want any part of it, right? I'm moving away from them like nobody's business. I never was really cozy with them to begin with, and after seeing how they've been acting for the last 2 years, I'm completely done. Side note, I was completely done before. I was completely done. I don't want any part of it. I don't want any part of it, right? I feel they're pulling human beings off their purpose. I feel they're pulling human beings off their mission, and they're doing it to support a sick, corrupt, disgusting system that is on its way out. All we got to do is let it die. But it's not that easy. In order to let it die and let it transform and mutate back into the universe and into God's plan, we got to be who we came here to be. And I know it sucks. And I know it's challenging, because there's nothing harder for an infinite human being to be themselves after they've been conditioned to not be themselves for 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60 years. How long's it been for you? And how long have you been thirsty to be that person? How long have you been hungry to get back in touch with who you really are? Before this life, as Einstein talks about, de-geniused you. I think it was Einstein. Before life de-geniused you, who were you? Probably is who you were as a little kid. And when you get back in tune with that, we're going to win, my friends. We're going to win. Humanity's going to win. And when humanity wins, every plant and animal on the planet wins. And every tree and every natural resource But we got to get up there in higher states of thinking, higher states of being, and higher states of doing. So leave a comment down below letting me know if you see this. Do you see, as I feel, that we're on a precipice of either we're at a fork in the road? We can either go back the way that's familiar, the way that isn't working, the way that never worked, or we can go forward with the way that will work, the way we'll be happier, healthier, wealthier, more successful. It's a no-brainer to me. But don't get it wrong, that way is going to require courage and focus and commitment and alignment with who we really are. But I think we're up for it. I know we're up for it. But we've got to let go of that old world, the old way of doing things. And we've got to heal our own consciousness. We've got to heal the planet. We've got to heal our relationships with one another and with nature. And believe me, I don't have this shit figured out. This is just the message that I'm getting. We have a choice. Go back to the shit or go forward to heaven on earth. I think that's our choice. Thanks for watching this video. Let me know in the comment section down below what you think. And also, if you want a super effective tool, system, a course on how to get in touch with yourself in a deeper, more authentic way, I want to invite you to check out the 7 Pillars of Personal Development. That's my course at gmarkphillips.com/courses, which is all about your most important relationship, and that is the relationship you have with you. That's what needs to be strengthened. For the last 2 years, entities, nefarious players have been trying to divide us from our relationship with ourselves and make us question ourselves, make us question what we know to be true, what we're inspired to do. And it makes me furious to think about it. But I know that that'll take care of itself. I don't need to give that any energy. But I do know this: if you're not in tune with you, if your relationship with yourself isn't strong, you are in danger of being influenced by someone else. And what happens when you're influenced by someone else? You may do something that isn't right for you. You may do something that could not be beneficial to you or your family moving forward. Don't let other people influence you. Don't let me influence you. Drop down into your center, into where you're at, and say, does this feel right for me? Do I know this to be true? For the last 2.5 years, none of that shit felt right to me. None of it looked right, didn't sound right. So I didn't do anything. And part of the people thought I was freaking crazy. But you know what? If I were to, peace out of this world for some unknown reason, if the thing got me, I would die so freaking happy you wouldn't even know it. You wouldn't even know it. There is nothing on earth more valuable than you getting in touch with you and you finally loving yourself and respecting yourself and thinking highly of yourself. Nothing is more valuable than that. Not even this human life. Because, after all, that's why you came here. To get in touch with who you are. To know thyself. Love thyself. Reintegrate thyself. Right? Come into full alignment with yourself. That's why you came here. That's why things are so shitty in the external world. It's pushing people in to themselves, inward. That's where the gold is. The gold isn't listening to some old man up on a pulpit speaking gibberish. That's not the gold. And I think you already know that. So, gmarkphillips.com/courses. That's everything I know in that course about how to build your relationship with yourself. Because believe me, I'm on this same path as well. I walked that path. I use those tools all the time. I'm using one of those tools right now, and here's what it is. Express yourself. Express yourself. The world needs you to share your perspective on what's going down. Either way, whether you feel connected to God or whether you feel disconnected, because it's going to vacillate, right? Express yourself. We need more dialogue. We need more people entering into the conversation. We don't need less. So thanks very much for watching this video. I really do appreciate it. Leave me a thumbs up if you like it. And until next time, I wish you all the best, health, wealth, and success. Bye-bye.